Hey guys, it's Wednesdays with Chasey Poo. Today's another vlog one. I'm a busy bee. I just came back from therapy. Anyways, this week's topic, I'm exhausted, I just ran up the stairs. I just want to make this video, get it in, talk to you guys a little bit about what's been happening to me. So, this week's topic is ironic because unaccepting parents. And here's the thing, I didn't come out to my dad. He found out on Facebook. And my dad's always been very accepting in everything, about everything in my entire life. He's been the most supportive person I've ever met towards me, and I love him so much for it. He is a beautiful person. We just never talked about being trans, and we kind of still don't. He tells people that I make videos and I'm famous online, but he doesn't tell people why. He says something like trans psychology, some shit like that. He's a very interesting man. But here's the thing, I don't have a mom, okay? She left when I was 1, never really had a relationship with her, and I didn't see her for 16 years, and then I decided, because I saw her a couple of times, she lives on the other side of the country. I went to see her when I was 8, and then 16 years later, I was like, maybe it's time that I see her again, because I felt bad, because you know, she's a bit sick. And you know what, I feel kind of bad talking about this on YouTube, because maybe she'll see it one day, but you know what, these are my feelings. So I went to see her. It was awkward. I wasn't super excited about that, but my point is that she didn't know me at all when I was growing up as a teenager. When I was 11, that's kind of where it ended, and then we didn't really contact each other. And she missed out on a lot of these things, so I never had to come out to her. When she found out I was trans on Facebook, she was very accepting, and it was like you feel guilty and you need to accept me because you weren't in my life, and now you're trying to be in my life, so you need to accept whatever is thrown at you. And what was thrown at you is that your kid that you left when they were 1 is now a boy. Basically, is trans and is transitioning, and all the expectations that you might have had for this kid that I don't really feel like you had the right to have because you weren't in my life. Right there. So for me, I don't really have experience with unsupportive parents. I have just very weird experiences with parents that I don't talk about being trans to, but that just kind of support me. One kind of out of guilt, it seems. Probably not, but that's what it feels like sometimes. And another one, just, you know, we're just not going to talk about it. We acknowledge it, but, you know, we're not going to talk about it. But for people who have unsupportive parents, it's very hard. And I have a lot of friends. I have friends who have been diagnosed since they were like 6 and are not able to transition, and they are now 20. And it sucks because their parents pay for everything, and they're very dependent on their parents, and it's just very sad, and it makes me so sad. And I wish that I could relate, but I can't. And I wish that I could relate in a way that I would be able to give advice and tell you what to do, but I can't. And that's what the issue is. But I am here to support people and tell them that out of all of the unsupportive parents that I have known, through friends who have come out and their parents were super unsupportive, almost every single one of them has turned around and been okay with their kid. It takes some time, and we need to adjust too. They need to adjust. They're not going to use your name right away. They're not going to use your pronoun. It's a very hard thing to go through that your kid tells you this, and some parents, they just can't accept it right away, and we need to be patient sometimes. My dad still calls me my old name, and maybe I'm biased because I love my dad and I don't want to do anything to rock the boat, but we have an understanding, and I know that a lot of parents seem to be extremely accepting of their kids right when they come out, and fuck, that is a beautiful thing that makes me cry. But there are also a lot of parents who don't accept their kids, but eventually they learn to accept their kids, and it takes time. But when you accept your kid and you actually see that your kid is happy because of the things that they have told you, and they feel more confident in themselves, that's when you realize that it doesn't matter what you think anymore. It only matters that you want to make your kid better. As a parent, that's your job, to make sure your kid's happy. And if your kid says that they're trans and that they want to transition, you need to support them. And that's it. So I know that that's really hard, and this topic is kind of weird just because I don't really have any direct experience with it, but I'm here to support you. And if you have any parents that are unsupportive, there are moms out there on websites that are there for you and that literally will write letters to you and be your mom and be supportive of you, and that's because they know that a lot of parents can't accept it. And I think that that's a beautiful thing, that parents who know other parents aren't accepting are there for trans kids that they're not even their kids. When I told my story about my mom leaving, I had 3 moms come up to me at a talk once and say, I could be your adoptive mom. Like, it was very cute. It was very cute, and I think that people who are supportive seek out other people who aren't supported to support them. So seek those people out. And yeah, I hope you have a great week. Let me know what you think. Okay, have a great, bye.